What's up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome back. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. So I wanted to kind of, talk about the race, a recap, whatnot. Mistakes were made, and there's things that we can do to definitely make things better for the next time. And yeah, there's going to be a next time, and probably a few more next times, because that was an awful lot of fun. So I definitely want to go back and do that again. And definitely I want to improve the time, because I know it can be much, much better. So, but first of all, just to, let's just kind of get into it, and we'll point out some things, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So first off, the gates opened at 4, and I thought they opened at 3. So my daughter came with me. So my 8-year-old, my oldest. So we ended up getting there much earlier than I had anticipated. So I had a lot of extra time to kill, and we were an hour away from home, and just to kill time and couldn't find anything to do, I ended up stopping and getting gas, and I filled up. And so I was sitting right around just under a half a tank, and I filled up. So that was the first mistake, and I knew it was a mistake when I was doing it, but either way, it is what it is. So big mistake there. So then we're there, and then just to kind of, for those of you that don't know, and I didn't know any of this, so we were put into a class, and then they would call our class, and then everybody would come up, and so they would just tell you they would be like, they would call your class and tell you what lanes to get in, and there would be 2 lanes, like 4 and 5, right? I believe that's what we were told to get into, lanes 4 and 5. And you just roll up, and go to the lane, either one. And so the first 2 races or test runs, or dial-ins, time sets, whatever. The first 2, I was in the right lane. So for this particular race, I was in the left lane, and I chose the left lane due to it was a shorter line, and I had been in the left lane, and I wanted to try the left lane. I wanted to kind of experience everything and see the differences, and see if it would screw me up or what, and we'll get to that. So, and then when it comes down to that, the light tree, and that race, that was my 3rd run, and it was the first round of eliminations. And I did not know how the tree was going to go, meaning I didn't know if me and my competitor, I didn't know if our lights were going to run the same, or if they were going to run different, where the slower guy would get a head start. And even if I knew that, I did not know what his time was. So going into lining up, I didn't know too much, and I couldn't hear anything with the cars and the helmet on. And at that time, I didn't know that you could turn to a radio station and listen to the announcements. So I can't hear clearly what's being said, and I don't know anything about my competitor. So anyways, that's how we went and staged and lined up. So none of that was picked. So, it was just random. So in the video, I show his burnout. I thought it was cool, so I thought I would show it, and the rear audio caught it. There was some audio issues and some, like I said, it'll get better. It'll all improve. Mounting areas and audio issues and stuff, it should all improve. So hang in there. Okay, so rolling up to the line, he does his burnout. Video cuts to me backing up. So I show that because this is the ugly. So when we were staging, I don't know what happened, what I was thinking. I rolled right through past the staging block. I caught the the flicker of the staging on the tree, and right then it dawned on me, and I slammed on the brake and said some expletives and threw it in reverse. And that's what you see is me backing up. That's why you see me backing up. Not from a burnout. I did no burnouts. It was hooking and gripping, and it's all-wheel drive, so I wasn't even going to attempt it. So, yeah. So now I'm scrambled eggs in the head. My daughter, this is the first one my daughter's watching. I'm lined up in the left lane, third run, elimination round, and I walk and I drive right through the tree. And so anyways, I back up, obviously, and I showed it. I could have not showed it, but I showed it, and then I'm glad I did, because I ended up realizing, like last night in the shower, that I realized something. So I showed that, and then I lined up, and if you notice, the truck in, I pegged the brake, pegged the gas, and the truck starts inching forward. And as you all see, I red light, and I lost right there. I lost, red lighted. But anyways, when I put it in reverse, I would have to test this, but I'm pretty sure that it deactivated the launch control. And because I didn't have this problem the first 2 runs I made, but this one, that truck, I mean, I felt it inching forward. I stomped on the brake even harder, and I couldn't hold it, and it just, I didn't know what was happening. And like I said, it was last night when I finally, last night when I finally realized that I think that's what happened. Because, so anyways, and then you saw me red light. I stayed in it. I was there to have fun and to run. Whether I was gonna lose, red lighted, I decided before I got there I was just gonna run no matter what. So that's why I stayed in, and I'm glad I did. To me, I was still racing that guy, even though I had lost before it even started. And so we were racing no matter what. I was racing him, and it was fun. I was running them down, but I just wasn't able to do it in the end anyways, even if it was even if I didn't false start with it, or a red light. So anyways, so some things that definitely going to be able to work on is like I said, we will have myself and a few others, we believe the tune is not 100% on this vehicle, and we believe with a better vehicle, with a better tune, we can get a better time. So we will definitely, so that's going in June 30th to get the tune tweaked and hopefully corrected, or it definitely improved, right? So gonna get a tune, will definitely show up with much less gas. Half tank, hopefully just a quarter tank, or like 5 gallons, but definitely less gas. We'll be able to hear the announcement. So definitely pay attention to that staging block and not screw that up. Like I said, we'll have better mounting issues and hopefully better audio. I might have been able to correct some through some editing, but I'm not that good yet. So I'm just trying to learn as I go, and I've always got better ideas and things of ways that I can improve. So things will get better, but definitely going back to the strip. My daughter loved it, and I had a lot of fun. So we're going back, and we're definitely going to make a few changes, and go from there. I got to get an oil change. I want to change the oil after running it that hard. I believe I've got a couple thousand miles on it already, and then plus the trip to the drag strip. So we're going to change the oil on it this week. I can't really think of too much else. I don't want to drag this out. Like I said, I've got 2 other videos we're going to post, and of races, and I won't talk too much. I'll probably recap those, but maybe I'll recap a little bit. But again, 2 other races, and post some future videos of my son and I doing some Fortnite and probably some sim racing and stuff. But anyways, Like I said, we will definitely be heading back to the drag strip and improve that time. Hopefully, get down, bring that number down. I'm pretty confident that it will come down significantly, or it will just improve. So, anyways, just kind of a quick recap and let you know we got more things coming in the future. So, enjoy the rest of your week and see you next time. Peace.